Wilkin? Wilkin! Oh, damn it, Wilkin. Is that you? Oh! I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Say, have you seen a pig running around? Well, yes, what of it? Lots of people give their animals names. Some have a cow named Bessie. I have a pig named Wilkin. Is it? Well, perhaps I'm just more creative. So what? Butcher them? Oh, sweet old mother. I haven't even thought about that. What if someone ate him? Please, please, you have to help me find Wilkin before something terrible happens. Well, the thing is, Wilkin's not really a pig. He's my lover. Well, he's a pig now, but he used to be a man. He was one of Camelot's soldiers. The thing is, I might have done something really stupid. Look, I just wanted him to be happy with me. I know he's not the type to settle down, but I just wanted him to understand that he doesn't need all these other girls when he has me. I went to see a witch that lives outside Connacht. See? Here. I'll show you on the map. They say that if you really, really want something, she'll appear and grant your wish. To be fair, I thought it was just an old wives' tale. I mean, nobody can live that long, not even a witch. But I decided to see for myself, and there she was. She gave me a potion. She told me to add it to my beloved's meal, and that would be it. He'd be right by my side, as happy as a pig in mud, just as I wanted. She wanted something precious to me, but I didn't have anything. So she said she'd take her payment later. Fat chance of that happening now. I won't give her a single coin. And if she ever shows up here, I'll tell her what I think of her and her deals. I've already sharpened my pitchfork to give her a warm welcome. That's the thing. She disappeared. I went back there, but there was no sign of her. It's like she was never even there. And then Wilkin disappeared too. Now all I can do is hope that he hasn't ended up on somebody's table. Really? Oh, thank you. May the All-Mother bless your heart. I promise I'll reward you handsomely. Maybe you should try finding the witch first. Maybe she just didn't appear to me out of spite. But perhaps she'll talk to you. Oh, that's for sure. Thank you. I'll stay here in case Wilkin comes back. Oh, goodness, I just hope it's not too late.
Here, nothing but shriveled carrots. Oh, you're alive. Quite surprising, given your penchant for consuming potions from strange humans. Yes, as you can see, I live here now, in Connect. Connacht, that's the one. You humans have an odd way of naming things. Anyway, never mind that. I assume that someone from your species on such occasions would say something like, "Oh, good to see you," or perhaps, "Oh, get the quack off my land." But let's not bother with formalities. Is there any particular reason we should be having this conversation? If not, allow me to go back to pecking and shitting. Ugh. What? Did I hear that correctly? Are you actually asking me why I left the keep? Well, maybe the reason was some bloody human exposing me. Now calm down, Muriel. Calm down. You shouldn't let yourself get upset so easily. Listen, after we had our little talk, I wasn't sure what you were planning to do. I've seen enough of what people like you are capable of. That's all. I'm not there anymore. I'm here now. Oh, they would have laughed at you. They would have thought you were insane. Yes, I considered it a possible outcome, but still, I didn't want to skip. What if one of those loons took you seriously? I could almost feel their growing fear. And their stomachs were growling louder and louder. Shoo, shoo. Fine, spit it out. Save it. All day, every day, all I can hear is, "Here, little chickies," from that woman. Ugh, it makes my blood boil. I can't take it anymore. False niceties, all of them. A few days ago, I saw them cut Mike's head off. The poor sod was alive for a bit after that. He ran around, kicked his feet. The humans came to gawk at him for a while and then left. Then they finished him off and ate him. Well, that's humanity for you. You humans are painfully predictable. I found out nothing new about your lot. I've learned that the local lord has a problem with making decisions. Decisions that must be made, and quickly. The men here in this village is going out. And the weirdness is nearing. If everything continues as before, I think you can guess how it all might end. You must be joking. I am the spy here, so I should be the one extracting information from you. Besides, I'm sure if you look around hard enough, you'll find your answers. Your species has achieved exceptional skill in sticking your noses in everyone else's business. I gather you don't like it here all that much. I don't like it anywhere. Nothing but sad faces and disgusting seeds. This place, though, grime, crime, and slime. Loads of beggars pecking at scraps thrown at them by other humans. Just like me. For quack's sake, I'm sick of this chatter. At least the worms back there were good. So fat and juicy. Ugh, I hate carrots.
O All-Mother, keeper of day and night, shelter us in your embrace. Oh, I hope I'm not bothering you. My family, my daughter, her husband, and my grandson, we all used to live in this house together. Now, I don't even know whether they're still inside. I was visiting my sister in the borough for what might have been the last time. She's 2 years younger than I am, but she's always been sickly. When I got back, the plague was already raging. The Red Priests either took the others or drove them away. Nobody can tell me if they took my family to the island asylum, or if they're all lying dead inside, with flies crawling all over them. So I sit here and pray. What else can I do? Thank you. If you ever pray to the All-Mother, please keep us in your thoughts too. May the All-Mother guide you. Yes, of course. They heal people there. The Red Priests really know their stuff. And now you're healthy. I prayed to the All-Mother, although maybe I should start praying to the Prophet too, that the priests watch over my family in the asylum. That's nonsense. Admit it. You've taken some of Maggot's mushrooms, haven't you? Scaring an old woman like that? You should be ashamed of yourself. If you don't have anything useful to say, then leave me alone. Let me pray in peace. You shouldn't scare an old woman like that. What would your mother say?
I swear, just a moment longer and I'll go knock some sense into that madman myself. Some lunatic. He's been going on about a giant crow flying over Connacht, claiming he's going to slay it. Sure. He was standing in the middle of the square, chucking stones at the sky and shouting that he'd chop its head off. When we tried to calm him down, he started flailing and screaming, "The beast! The beast!" So we locked him up. He could have hurt someone. And now he keeps yelling to let him out. I can't take it anymore, I swear. By the All-Mother, another madman. Please, don't do anything that would make me lock you up in a cell. One lunatic a day is enough. Hello again. Really? You walk into the prison and ask the one man in Camelot soldier gear who he is? Oh, that's a good one. Well, stranger, I'm Flad, and I am a prison guard. Fortunately, I'm not terribly overworked, now that most people have either left for Camelot or died of Red Plague. Oh, was that insensitive? My apologies. Well, it depends. Take this for example. We have a beggar here, All-Mother bless his soul, who figured out that committing only minor offenses would land him here, rather than at the gallows. This way, instead of begging on the streets, he gets a roof over his head and a warm meal paid for by Camelot. How clever must you be to come up with that? Pretty clever, I'd say. I probably would have done the same if I were him. Be good out there.
Great heavens! It's you! Fate has brought us together once more, friend. What luck! 100-fold luck! Do you remember me? I'm Barak, the Cursed Knight. Well, not so cursed anymore, thanks to you. Of course, one does not forget a friend, after all. You must help me once more. These fools have locked me in a cell. They refuse to believe the beast is a danger to them. I just wanted to slay it, for I fear nothing anymore. A giant crow, harbinger of doom, a keeper of misfortune. I wouldn't be surprised if the very existence of that monster is why the people of Connacht are faring so poorly. Just as I was cursed once, they might be cursed as well. Ha! So I wasn't wrong. I'm not insane. You know what I'm talking about. If they don't want to help, I won't interfere. Just help me get out of here. I'll leave Connacht and let those folks fend for themselves. Maybe it shouldn't bother me so much. I promise I'll behave. Maybe yelling in the square and throwing stones was a bit too much. After everything I've been through, I don't want to die in a cell.
I heard you talk to that fool. Well then, did you get an earful about the beast? No. That's not how things work around here. You do something wrong, you pay a fine. And if you don't have the coin, you serve your time. That knight is a pauper. Not a single gold coin to his name. He has to serve his time. Well, yes, but I don't see why you'd want to do that. Besides, it's not exactly a small amount. This fellow's fine comes to a neat 5,000 gold. Yes, and beyond that, he endangered himself and others. He made loud threats directed at something undefined. He disturbed public order. Do I really need to go on? Pay or don't? This isn't a market. There's no bargaining here. No. Well, maybe. I could use a stiff drink. Moonshine, whiskey, gin. My throat's dry as a bone, and I'd kill for a proper meal. Those Camelot folks dress me up in their fancy uniform, but they won't even give me a soldier's ration, damn it. Get me a hearty feast and a good drink, and I'll consider the fine paid. Well, not just any meal. I want you to prepare Camelot's delicacy for me. Do you know the last time I had a proper dinner? Exactly. You know what to do. Unless you'd rather pay the fine, be my guest. I don't know where you managed to scrape up that much gold, but fine. Go tell that madman he can start packing. When he's ready to leave the prison, and Connacht, I'll let him go.
You can't imagine how my heart rejoices that you didn't leave me here. So? Of course. If they want to face the beast on their own, that's none of my concern. I wonder where I'll go. I've heard there are beasts lurking around the Forlorn Swords. I should head there. One less beast means at least one human life saved. I fear nothing anymore. I can do it. Thank you again, my friend. Farewell.
I wasn't expecting company. I felt... Oh, an adventurer. Great. Just the kind of person I need. I've been trying to get the guards to hear me out, but they just roll their eyes and tell me to stop whining. But I swear, something's going on. I think we've got a problem with Camelosian deserters. I agree. But they won't. You know why? Because that would mean admitting they have deserters in the first place, and that's not Camelot's style. To the outside world, it's all smiles and sunshine with them. They need to keep up appearances. Make sure we're all eager to relocate to Camelot. Deserters, I tell you. Roaming the area, sneaking into camps, stealing anything that isn't nailed down. Supplies, tools, maybe even weapons. And do you think anyone cares? Of course not. You don't know what it's like to live here. It's unbearable. Everyone's poor. The Menhir is failing and the Red Death is creeping closer every day. And Camelot? It'll be even worse. Here, at least I'm someone. There, I'd be nothing. And I won't rot in a cell. Over my dead body!
Help. Yeah, huh? Ah, yes. Yes, now I remember. I remember it all. On the 14th day of the month of Oak, a procession dressed in red passed through. They dragged people from their homes. Eventually they came for us as well. Me and my Brianna, our possessions. They took everything, took it all for themselves. Now, I have nothing left. I'm just a poor man. Please, save me. Please. Thank you. Thank you. May the word of the prophet guide you. Back then, I lived in the borough, near Camelot, you see. I was there when the priests came with a crowd of penitents, dressed in robes made of parchment laden with the word. The priests cracked their holy whips and delivered fiery speeches. No more Red Death, no more suffering. No, but I was cured nonetheless. I gave up everything for the cure. I gave up Brianna and all my possessions. I had to cleanse myself. Yes, now I am pure. Can you see? Can you see? Yes, Now I am pure. Can you see? Can you see? Thank you. Thank you. May the word of the prophet guide you.
Oh, forgive the mess. I didn't really have much choice about where to set up my things. Normally I'd be in a tavern, but, well, it looks like the tavern is closed until further notice. That means Varel's bookshop is the only place where I can read and work in peace. Oh, of course, my apologies. I'm Imran. My thoughts tend to drift far from the present. I'm a scholar of sorts, though not the kind that hides behind walls of parchment. My calling is to seek out traces of what was lost, ruins, relics, anything older than old. And yes, I'm a Pict. Not many of us wander these lands, I know. Staying in one place isn't exactly in my nature, so I travel, I learn, I dig through the bones of the world hoping to find something more ancient than mankind. If you're asking out of politeness, let's just leave it at this. I thank you for your interest, but I won't give an answer. Trust me, I could talk the hind leg off a donkey. No need to waste time on such things. Wow, that's really kind of you. So, thanks to Varel's generosity, I managed to get my hands on a certain book. Well, once a book. Now it's just a pile of loose pages. However, these are some truly fascinating loose pages. They're the writings of a Dalariata scribe from nearly 6 centuries ago. Incredible, right? But what's even more astonishing is the content. This man describes encounters with people who knew nothing of King Arthur or the homelands. Nothing at all. Do you understand what that suggests? I'll tell you. It's so exciting. I suspect Avalon may have already been inhabited by a race similar to us, long before our arrival. I've traveled across much of the island, and I've come across some mentions of the people of Farpoint, a place far in the northernmost reaches of Avalon. Few have ever ventured there. And so, my friend, here we are, staring down the question, or rather the flood of questions that wouldn't leave me alone. Many Picts I've known have prolonged contact with the weirdness. I thought it was just them, a bunch of lunatics, who first dared to embrace that strange force. And what if it was the first men who knew how to live alongside the weirdness? And think about it. If we could uncover how they did it, the possibilities would be endless. It could change everything. Perhaps the weirdness started to gather and ruin their crops, or made hunting more dangerous. Or maybe it was some sort of conflict that forced them to seek a new place on the island. Or perhaps they simply had a nomadic spirit. It's hard to say with the scraps of information I've managed to gather so far. But now, I'm trying to pull together more valuable information from these writings. But honestly, I feel like I'm hitting a wall. I won't uncover anything new just sitting here. And unfortunately, I'm stuck here for the time being. I got injured on my way to Connacht, and I'm not quite back to my full strength yet. The Grotto of First Men. That tribal scribe detailed where it should be located. And I'm assuming you're asking for a reason, aren't you? I'd love to go there myself, but this is a matter of some importance to me. I don't want to wait for this one. So, if you're one of those bold souls who take such ventures, I'd be more than willing to entrust this task to you. Truly excellent. I'm deeply obliged, my friend. Here are the notes. They should guide you to the location. Return swiftly and, more importantly, safely. I'll eagerly be awaiting your return. I once heard a legend of a mysterious chapel that appears only to those it chooses. Many adventurers have gone to seek it, but I've never heard of anyone returning to tell the tale. Some say it holds a sacred spring that cures all ailments. Others say it is a passage to the very bottom of the sea, the domain of the Lord of the Seas himself. But I've never found any proof of either claim. The place seems to attract trouble. Not a good place, then. I'd run out of breath listing all the things that plague this place. And I haven't even been here that long. Of all the misfortunes these poor people are facing, I'd wager the men here is the gravest of them. The Red Death, troubling as it is, seems manageable, at least with the intervention of the priests. But the weirdness, shoot. If the men here goes out, these people will face a far greater peril than any sickness or human form of conflict. I heard she was a Dalariata who runs a bookshop in Connacht. I was a bit apprehensive about meeting her. I thought I'd find someone overly rattled and stripped of her own cultural heritage. But Varel, she's different. And I admire her work that she even bothers to do it. Sometimes it feels like people have lost all interest in discovery, whether it's the kind found in verses or the kind waiting out there in the wide world. Try not to get eaten by something weird out there. Something new. Safe travel.
Welcome to Varel's bookshop. No reading without buying. And if you're here for porn, kindly leave before you start. Hi. Not only can I read, I can even make recommendations. Imagine that. So, if you have a joke to tell, don't bother. I'm pretty sure I've heard them all. Perhaps it is. But you'd think that so-called civilized people would accept it with mere grace. Hearing the same crude comments over and over again makes me feel like I've never left the training grounds. Then there are the braver ones who tell me I'm not welcome here. Hell, it's just like talking to my sister. They all have more in common than they think, although mostly it's just prejudice. They're no bad. I know it might sound like I was some poor, misunderstood girl with unusual interests, but that wasn't the case. I was a rightful member of the tribe, and believe me, I didn't get my name for nothing. My father made sure of it. I just wasn't my sister. Funnily enough, she was the one who saw it as a problem. Vran believed that my lack of ambition to be the top Volker warrior somehow made her look bad. Every time I went to the temple to read in peace, she was on my ass about it. Until one day, she yelled at me to either step up or get the hell out of her tribe. You can guess the rest. Oh, great. How's she doing? Still on her path to becoming the pinnacle of tribal perfection? Of course she did. It doesn't surprise me that she decided to join a fanatic. Though it is amusing that she chose one capable of using compound sentences. She never believed in the power of words. But perhaps that's exactly why she ended up following a man who fed her beautiful lies. I am no sure. When they decide to kick you out and take your name, they make a whole ceremony of it. But I left pretty much the moment my sister stopped yelling. You don't have to be there for it though. Vran might have been pissed off enough to go through with it. So, maybe. I don't really care. I'm not going to stop using my name just because my little sister told me to. This shop belonged to my late husband. We met on the road. I was a mercenary hired to protect the caravan. He was a fine older gentleman, fascinated with a Del Rita lass who shared his love for books. It was a lethal combination for my poor heart. We didn't get near enough years together, but we were happy. We didn't have much family left, and they couldn't care less about this place, so he left it all to me. Well, I can't just take the shop and hitch it to a cart, can I? Although I suppose that might be more or less what I need today. I didn't hate living here, you know. It was fine when my husband was still alive. I even thought people were starting to warm up to me. And then he died, and the respect died with him. And then Camelot arrived. Everything just went downhill for there. Oh, expecting a wee-un? Congratulations. Lucky you. I don't think I've seen a newborn in Cunicht for as long as I've lived here. Wise of you to prepare yourselves. I think I have just the thing for you. The Temple of the All-Mother issued this book to instruct their priestesses in midwifery. Speaking of which, if you want some practical tips, you should ask Nianti. She might still remember how to deliver a baby, although I wouldn't bet on it. So, when's the baby coming? Is that so? How about you tell me the truth? Oh, is it now? Well, well, well. And why can't he come home and buy it himself? Oh, that's precious. I chased him off because he couldn't take no for an answer. He came in and tried to seduce me. Told me he just loves to devour books. But he'd gladly do the same with me. Books, sure. Maybe for breakfast, to add variety to his military fare. When I told him I wasn't interested, he got all pissed off and called me an ugly, dumb savage. I only let him leave with his teeth intact to avoid proving him right. Tell you what, I'll sell you that book. But fair warning, I'll be sending his poor wife the story of Giron the Unfaithful, with a special edition forward for me. Deal? Ha! Pleasure doing business with you. I hope his wife won't go easy on him. Let me guess. Your friend's a Camlosian who's heard the Berserker potion can make a man tear a bear's arms from its sockets, and now he thinks he can be like us. Hate to break it to you, but that's no how it works. Our strength comes from battle, from blood, and that brew is Mither's ain rage running in our veins. Besides, it's a tribe secret. I might have left the Volker, but I'm no about to hand over our secrets just to anybody. Camlosians and their love for shortcuts, but fine, have it your way. If your friend thinks swallowing something will help, maybe I can lend a horn. Here, it's harmless. Mostly herbs and a bit of spice. My father used to say true strength lies in the mind. So if your friend is as determined as you say, who knows? This might be enough for them. Good luck convincing him it's the real deal. That's half the battle.
Spare a coin for the hungry.
You doing okay? Catch you later, yeah? Don't go getting into trouble without me.
Nice to see you. You're not here to talk about the men here, are you? Oh, please say no. I've had my fill of that topic for a lifetime. Oh, there are far more exciting things to chat about. Like treasure hunting, for instance. You got a look about you. I bet you've been to some dangerous places, haven't you? I'm Bonksy, by the way. I'm an adventurer myself. I have a few trinkets to sell from my last expedition. Want to take a look? Oh, I'm not entirely sure. I'm just passing through. From what I understand, Camelot wants to move it to their place along with the inhabitants, but they prefer to stay. They want to live in one place their whole lives. Can you imagine that? Oh, all different kinds. Like the ones where you crawl through damp caves or cold tombs, dodge traps, and hope whatever's growling in the dark isn't hungry. Oh, maybe I am, but I manage just fine. And I wouldn't trade this life for anything else. If I had to stay in one place, I'd die of boredom. Oh, I just take old, forgotten trinkets. They're no use for the dead anyway. It's not robbery if nobody's around to miss them. Think of it as giving treasures a second chance to shine. Really? Oh, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. A trip to the caves by the bay in the south. The bandits set up a camp there, so I decided to go after their loot. After all, stealing from a thief isn't a crime, right? They were drunk, so I thought I could sneak in and grab the treasure without any trouble. But I guess I underestimated them. They caught on and started chasing me. 4 or 5 of them, I think. I made it to the exit, and then there was a giant ogre on the beach. I barely managed to slip past it, and the bandits backed off. Oh yes, the gods, Avalon, the stars, and most importantly, my magical hairpin that brings me luck. I bought it from a lovely wandering merchant named Maliki. Isn't he? Always with that cheeky grin and a tale to tell. Slowly but surely, in Connacht, fewer people than I expected are looking for artifacts, potion ingredients, or adventuring gear, so I'm counting on travelers. Like you. You must be interested in unique enchanted items, right? Oh, of course you are. I've got something, well, peculiar. But it comes with a fascinating story. It's a piece of armor I found on one of my expeditions. A beautiful, knightly breastplate with just one tiny flaw. It screams in pain when it's struck. It's kind of funny, but I'm afraid not many people have the sense of humor to wear it. I'll let it go for a mere 200 coins. Wonderful, here it is. Oh, one more thing. This armor came with a letter. I found both in the ancestral tomb of the Gévaudan family. Oh, I'm a little jealous, to be honest. This sounds like the beginning of an exciting adventure. I chased the trail myself, but first, I need to sell off my finds so I can travel light. With a full coin purse, of course.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you. Always a pleasure to see you.
Up.
All right. Just, please, don't hurt me. I promise I won't bother you again. I promise.
Spare a coin for the hungry.
Just passing through? Good. Ah, a visitor. I'm Ebert Talbot, at your service. Pardon the mess, we're packing. The weirdness is drawing near, and I intend to have my family in Borough by week's end. Wait, you must be the stranger everyone's talking about. The one who made the menhir glow brighter. Just perfect. My wife already refuses to leave, and now your arrival will only fuel her delusions. Family legacy, ancestral home, take your pick. Her family has held this estate for generations. My wife can't see reason. She believes Lord Yvain will find a solution. Ha! That man can't decide what to eat for breakfast without a committee. They're our best hope. And if they take the menhirs from all across the land and dump them all in Camelot, well, one final sanctuary is better than scattered outposts falling one by one. Will it be crowded? Yes. But I'd rather my family live in discomfort than die in luxury. They know what they're doing. I trust them more than this dying town, and definitely more than our Yvain. A weak man bearing a great name. His ancestors were a great house. Legends say Palamedes stood firm against Arthur himself. Yvain can barely stand against a stiff breeze. Multiple times, I've attended every meeting, presented rational arguments, offered to fund transportation for those who cannot afford it. Yvain listens politely, then does absolutely nothing. The sensible ones have, and now only the stubborn remain. That includes my wife, of course. We should be ready to depart at a moment's notice, yet my wife still refuses to pack a single dress. I won't leave her behind, but I cannot stay and watch the weirdness take everything I love. Short of the weirdness retreating, no, I don't think so. Then I face an impossible choice. Leave my wife to die, or stay and perish alongside her. I love Vesa with every fiber of my being. I cannot imagine life without her. Perhaps in the final hour, faced with the encroaching fog, she will change her mind. You would do that? I'd be most grateful. Vesa respects new voices than my endless nagging. If you could convince her, I would owe you a considerable debt.
You need something.
Welcome. I am Vesa Meredith Talbot. Please ignore the crates. My husband's doing. He insists on preparing for an evacuation I won't join. 4 generations of my family have lived here. The wordness may take it from me, but I will not abandon it willingly. I believe nothing is certain until it occurs. Hope remains while the Mynheer stands. Each generation of my family faced a crisis, and each endured. What message does it send if I'm the first to abandon our legacy? Eadbert has always been cautious, but there are times when caution becomes cowardice. The Mynheer still stands. Lord Yvain still searches for solutions. And I've heard that the Mynheer responded to you. If such miracles are possible, why surrender before the battle is truly lost? Lord Yvain carries a heavy burden, and he's looking for balance. He's searching for a solution that preserves both our people and heritage. His heart is true. Well, at least that's what I chose to believe. Action without wisdom is merely motion. And what's the point in that? I know. That's what makes this difficult. He trusts what he can see and touch. Gold, contracts. He struggles to believe in possibilities beyond immediate danger. I love him for his caution, but some crises demand we stand firm. Compromise how? Leave my ancestral home to be consumed? Watch Camelot tear our Mynheer from the earth? I've packed essentials should the worst come, but I cannot pretend to accept what I believe is wrong. Fear can be overcome. My husband is stronger than he knows. Our ancestors faced plague, war, and famine without abandoning this land. We must be equally resilient. Eadbert will understand once we weather this storm together. But the Mynheer reacted to you. And you're an outsider. You must have seen the wordness yourself. Tell me, truly, what would you recommend? Should we stay and fight for our heritage, or flee like Eadbert wants to? There's wisdom in that. My grandfather told stories of battle retreats that later led to victory. Perhaps this isn't surrender. Perhaps we preserve our strength to reclaim what's ours when the time is right. Very well. I won't mistake stubbornness for bravery any longer.
Just passing through? Good. Did you speak with Vesa? Has she finally seen reason? Truly? You've done it? I don't know what to say. You've accomplished in one conversation what I couldn't in a month. How did you manage it? No, it doesn't matter. What matters is that we'll be together, safe in Borough. What miracle did you work to change her mind? Yes, you're right. This is between us now. Whatever you said clearly worked, but the path forward must be walked together. No more talking through intermediaries. Thank you for giving us this chance. I won't waste it. I promised you a debt, and I intend to honor it. The Talbot family doesn't forget those who help us in our hour of need. Here, this key will open a crate we won't be taking with us. You startled me.
Oh, hello there. How can I help? Oh no. Are you one of those people obsessed with my son? I'm sorry, but we don't accept visitors. Goodbye. That's exactly what I was afraid of. Goodbye. Dangerous? Those almanacs he writes about armor? Are we talking about the same books? He may not be a professional armorer, but he devotes a lot of time to his passion. It's practically all he does. I'm sure he knows more about this craft than most armorers. No, you've got it all wrong. I'm not the one printing those books. It's the merchants from Timberwall. They came to me asking for more of Arden's writings. Said they'd handle everything, turn his notes into proper books. I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was just a small thing, something to keep Arden busy, maybe earn a bit of coin. I never imagined he was famous. Sometimes people fascinated by the almanac show up here, but I thought it was just a handful of lunatics. Now that you say it, I suppose I should have known. When those merchants from Timberwall came asking for more of Arden's work, I should have realized something was off. They weren't just interested in making a few copies. Oh, Mother, help me. I let it happen. I thought... I just wanted him to feel... I don't know, recognized. I never stopped to think how serious it might all become. That someone would actually try to make armor based on his advice. I should have thought of it then. Should have seen the risk. But no, I just thought it'd be a little bit of coin. A bit of pride for Arden. Now look at the mess I've caused. Go inside. Speak with my son if you want. I'd be grateful if you could try to explain this to him.
My father let you in? He never lets anyone through. I don't get visitors. Ever. You must be important. What could you possibly want with me? That doesn't make any sense to me. I just write about armor smithing. I mean, I know my books are out there, but they're not special. They're just descriptions, really. I don't see why anyone would care that much. That's surprising. It's not like I'm telling tales of great heroes or battles. I just write what I see, what I think about the craft. I don't understand why people would admire me for that. I'm not even a real armorer. It's not like I'm some master craftsman people should look up to. I thought I was making it clear how beautiful the process is. It's just how the words come out when I write. I didn't think it mattered all that much, as long as the ideas were clear. The Knights of the Round Table. I used to read all about their adventures, and I'd always get stuck on the paths when they described armor. What type of steel was it? What kind of joints did it use? How did it move with the body? I needed to know how all the pieces fit together. Knights are impressive, yes, but what really caught my interest was how their armor worked. It's not just about charging into battle like people think. There's a logic to it. A system. I suppose the stories of adventure and heroism are part of it too. But armor. A knight can't fight if his armor doesn't fit exactly right. And there's something satisfying about that kind of precision. Dangerous? How could writing about armor smithing be dangerous? I don't understand. I'm not telling anyone to go into battle with the things I make. I'm just documenting the process, the way I see it, the way I learn. It's no different than a chronicler writing about wars or knights. Their words don't cause harm. My books, they're meant to show how beautiful armor smithing is. I love the craft, the intricacies, the details. Why should that be dangerous? How could they follow it so blindly? I didn't tell them to make armor and go fight in it. I'm just explaining what I've done. It's like a puzzle. Figuring it out is part of the process. That's what I'm doing. How can people not see that? But I haven't even done the hard part. That's the point. I'm still figuring everything out. I didn't think I had to explain that every time. Isn't it obvious? I'm learning too. I didn't think people would take what I write so seriously, like I'm an expert or something. I hear what you say, but it doesn't seem fair. I didn't want any of this. I didn't ask for people to treat my books like they're the law. I just wanted to share my ideas. If I stop now, Then what was the point of everything I've done? That would be practical. If I just say up front that it's not finished, people won't make the mistake of thinking it's expert advice. Yes, that might solve the problem. I can still write what I want, and they'll have no reason to misinterpret it. Please, tell my father to contact my publisher. I'm too busy right now to talk to him, and later I might forget. A good arm guard is incredibly difficult to craft.
So, did you find what you were looking for? He sure is. As skilled as any four-dweller, ambitious as a knight of the Round Table. Only shame is, he can't seem to leave that cursed basement. You can see for yourself, he doesn't handle, well, people too easily. Sometimes I wondered if I did something wrong. The boy never looks anyone in the eye. He only lives for those armors of his, and he'd eat nothing but that cursed fish soup if he could. But his mother, may the All-Mother shine upon her soul, she always said that's what makes him unique, and that it's our duty to love him as he is. So I love him, and I support him with all my heart, but I'd rather not think about what'll happen to him once I'm gone. Maybe you're right. Maybe I don't trust myself or my own parenting. Maybe he understands more than I realize. That's something to think about. Thank you for caring this much. That could be a solution. Thank you for talking to him. There are days he doesn't say a single word to his own father. I have to slip messages between little facts about armor. It can be exhausting sometimes. I'm glad he spoke to you.
This is unexpected. You look beautiful, you know, and you have a beautiful soul. Maybe even more than just one. I can hear them fluttering. I see their soft shimmer. Will you show me? Show me, show me. Trust me, even though filth is filth, I can be generous. I want to be generous. I want to be good. And you should feel special. That could happen. Souls, trinkets, all those that belonged to others, but are now yours, because you dared to reach for them. For you. A blessing of sophistication, or perhaps splendor. For those who have had something taken away, a blessing of absence. Even lack can be worth experiencing. Deeply and intensely. Coins, items become coins. They gain a soul. A man who is a scavenger, whether he's filth or not, also possesses a soul. Strong, shimmering, fluttering. A soul that yearns. Nothing more than a mongrel. filth. Yet I could just as well be a lord, reigning over the streets of Kuanacht. But no, that would be too much. The streets belong to everyone, along with their mud, sorrow, and cold. Filth. Both a name and a title. One cannot forget about titles. There were people who made filth aware of my own filthiness. Good people. People who showed me the right way. Let it feel special. And beautiful. Oh, one more thing. If you have anything that once belonged to someone else, I'll gladly take care of it. First and foremost, I am filth. And filth is at your service. Heavy souls don't rest so heavy on filth. Guards don't see filth. Their eyes glaze over when they look in filth's direction.
Put that away. Welcome to my home, stranger. Whatever brings you here, know that the Langfords were always known for hospitality, even in times like these. Sit down. Have a drink with me. This is precisely what you should expect from the Langfords. This place has seen better days, sure. Used to be full of people. Now no one bothers, not since things turned sour. But it's still mine. I was born here, and I'll die here. Let those damn Camelosians try and drag me out. That said, do you have anything we could drink? Finally! Someone with proper manners. Everyone else around here just takes and takes. I've nearly forgotten what kindness feels like. But never mind all that. Come, sit, feel at home. What's the word out there? Still cheering and selling cabbages while the world rots beneath their feet? They happened to themselves. Misfortune, betrayal, weakness. By the time it all landed on me, the gold was gone and the doors were already closing. And somehow I'm the one everyone points at. And go where? Wander the roads like some beggar? My family has lived in this town for centuries. I'd rather be crushed beneath the stones my forefathers placed here than abandon them. Survive as what? A nobody scraping by, begging favors. Better to die remembered here than live forgotten out there. All alone? Not quite. There's one left. A servant. Stays up in that shed on the roof. She doesn't talk much, though. She's probably waiting for me to croak, so she can sell the place for scrap. But she'll be waiting a while. I've outlived better people. My uncle's betrayal is what started it all. He convinced my father to invest the family fortune in a new mining venture in the northern hills. He said the ore will make us wealthier than ever. Ha! The mine flooded, the workers died, and the council demanded reparations that bled us dry. Then the vultures descended. Merchants calling in debts. Neighbors turning their backs. My father died of grief. And I inherited nothing. The Camelosians? Upstarts and pretenders, the lot of them. And now they strut about, issuing orders about the weirdness coming. Convenient excuse to drive me from my ancestral home, isn't it? Believe? I've heard tales of the so-called weirdness ever since I was a child. Always coming, never arriving. Just another ghost story they use to control the weak-minded. My grandfather told me how the Camelosians used the same trick 50 years ago, to seize the eastern valleys. Danger coming, we must relocate for safety. And look who owns those fertile lands now. I wasn't born yesterday. This house has stood through worse than some mystical threat they can't even properly describe. Leaving already? Well, I suppose that's to be expected. Everyone leaves in the end. Go on, then. Back to your important business. But tell others what you saw here. The last Langford, holding his ground, while the world crumbles. You startled me.
visitor. Let me guess. You've been chatting with the last great Langford downstairs? I could hear his booming voice from up here. Always the same stories, the same complaints. I've served the Langfords since I was a girl. My mother before me, too. When everyone else fled, someone had to remain. Not out of loyalty to him, mind you. Loyalty to what this house once stood for. So, I've heard he told you about the betrayal, the mine, his poor father dying of grief. You want to know what really happened? There was a mine, that much is true. But it wasn't his uncle's idea to dig. It was his. The last great Langford heir, barely 20 and already gambling away the family fortune in Camelot taverns. The mine was his desperate attempt to recover his losses. He ignored all the warnings, water pockets, old miners who refused to work there. He hired desperate folk who didn't know any better. When it collapsed, 27 miners died, and not a single coin was spent on their families until he was forced to pay up. He blames everyone for his family's downfall, except himself. Sir Senric was a good man. He didn't die of grief. He died trying to make things right. Traveled to every family that lost someone, offering what compensation he could. Worked himself to exhaustion trying to salvage the family name. The night he died, our noble heir downstairs was passed out drunk in the gambling halls of Camelot. Didn't even attend his father's funeral. The Camelotians offered to help. Some lady wanted to pay half of his debts out of respect for his father. The young drunk threw a wine bottle at her and called her a vulture. There were 12 of us left when things got bad. Loyal folk who stayed even when the pay stopped. For months, we used our own savings to keep food on the table. His table, mind you. Then winter came, and the food stores were empty. The old groundskeeper froze to death in his cottage because the Lord needed the firewood for himself. The others left one by one. Only I remained, foolish old woman that I am. Not for him, for the promises I made to his father. Watch over my son, Lord Senric asked me as he lay dying. He is lost, but perhaps one day he'll find his way. 30 years I've waited for that day. But now, with the weirdness coming, even promises must sometimes be broken. He knows it's real. That's the most pitiful part of his charade. Sometimes at night, I hear him at the east window, watching the mists with a spyglass, whimpering like a child. But to admit that it's real would mean admitting the Camelotians are right, and he'd rather die than do that. Last week, it took the old mill at the edge of town, turned it inside out. Stones became light as paper. Water flowed upward. Whatever you decide to do, don't linger too long. Some ends come whether we're ready or not. I've packed my things. Soon I will leave, with or without him. I fulfilled my promise for long enough. And why would I want to leave with him? I think I've carried this burden for long enough. That's the cruel truth of it, isn't it? 30 years I've kept him alive. And what thanks have I gotten? None. But you're right. he wouldn't last a week without someone to cook his meals and tend his fire. Even his self-pity needs an audience.
Back so soon? Found nothing worth stealing upstairs, I take it? That old crow. Don't believe a word she says. Been addled for years. Probably told you I'm some kind of monster, did she? Always had a talent for dramatic tales. Not this nonsense again. The Langfords have weathered worse than some mysterious fog. This house has stood for generations, and it will stand for generations more. And what would you know of leadership? The Langfords have held this land since before your grandparents were born. Retreating is for the weak. Begging? How undignified. The Langfords respond to reason and respect, not to pitiful pleas. Your concern is noted but unwelcome. This is my home, and here I remain. Go, if you're so convinced of this danger. Join the other cowards.
Hello there.
Please, don't yell.
Nice to see you.
What do you want? Who are you?
Show the horse! Clink, clink, clink! Move out! 1 foot in front of the other! Ding, ding! Carries the sound! Carries through the stones! Through the bones! Creak, creak, creak! The bones of the crones! Creak, creak! Crunch, crunch! Oh, the wolf eats the spoils, eats the cows, eats the heads, tears to shreds. Eat the thigh! Hear the cry!
There. You're going to feel better soon. I'm just trying to help you.
You'll get better soon, you'll see. Just try to calm down. Calm down. Don't be scared. It's just medicine. It'll help ease your pain before long.
My skin! It's burning! It hurts! It hurts so much! Leave me! Those cursed scales! Don't touch me! Please don't touch me! No! I'm so scared!
Do you need something? Are you in pain? I'll do all I can to help, but I need to warn you that our supplies are quite limited. Here, take this. I hope it helps. Unfortunately, that's all I can give you. We have to make sure there's enough for everyone in need. Well, actually, the hospital is run by Camelot. I'm just an apprentice to Neonte, the priestess of the All-Mother here in Connaught. But the healer from Camelot is dead, and Neonte spends most of her time at Lord Yvain's manor. So, it seems I'm on my own. Camelot treats this place like a field hospital. To them, it's temporary, though I suppose that's their outlook on all of Connaught right now. The legate says Camelot simply can't spare anyone else. According to him, one priestess and her apprentice should suffice. And yet, his soldiers are the ones who are supposed to get priority. Even if they only have a blister, I'm required to treat them before a local with a broken leg. Oh, she thinks I have everything well in hand. As if she doesn't notice it, all falling apart. I know I should feel flattered by her trust. But honestly, I'm just exhausted. I'm not even a priestess. The only training I've had is what she's given me. Ever since Lady May fell ill and died, Neonte's barely been here. She just sits by her grave. Truth be told, I'm a bit worried about her. Even when she does come by, she seems absent, and I don't even have the time to go check on her. It is. It really is. The hospital's barely holding on. Camelot pays us a pittance for treating their soldiers. And the villagers just pay with what they can. But I can't make medicine with eggs and chickens. And even if I could, I don't have the time. Some days, I dream that someone will swoop in and take it all off my hands. Ideally, it would be Neonte. But I'm not sure I can count on her anymore. Still, maybe it's worth a try. There is a patient who won't let me treat him. His name is Wilbur, and he's a difficult case. Most of what ails him is just old age. Some days he's clear-headed, but those are becoming fewer and farther between. Lately, he won't let me touch him. He yells at me, claiming I'm keeping him here by force, away from his family. He's even stopped eating and refuses to take his medicine. Honestly, I'm at my wit's end. I don't know how to help him anymore without scaring him even more. All of Connaught knows that I was marked by the weirdness. It's not as bad as people make it out to be, but some are superstitious. They believe I bring bad luck. When Neonte took me in, there were a lot of whispers, though it got better once I started working in the hospital. Weirdness or not, at least they have a healer. But I'm afraid that, in Wilbur's head, I've become some monstrous figure, keeping him prisoner. You can try, if you'd like. Maybe he'll trust you more than he trusts me. Just, please, be gentle with him. He's been through enough already. Ah, yes. That's Corvin. He got caught in the weirdness. And now he's like this. He appears faded, wandering around sighing and barely speaking, but only during the day. At night, he's perfectly normal. I've seen people affected by the weirdness, but never anything like this. If there is, I don't know it, and Neonti doesn't either. He got caught in a rainstorm. If you need more details, you should talk to him. I wish I could do more to help, but I'm a bit tied up at the moment. No one knows. He barely speaks. And when he does, it's all nonsense. The poor man's lost his mind. I'm afraid there's no point in talking to him right now. Besides, he needs rest. You should speak to Legate Denham. All I know is they sent him somewhere. And when he came back, he was like this. If I had to guess, I'd say it's the effects of the weirdness. He's a seasoned soldier. I'm sure he's seen plenty in his life. I doubt anything could scare him enough to drive him mad. The other soldiers said he was acting completely normal before, so it's not some long-standing illness of the mind, unless he hid it very well. But I've seen similar cases in people who spend a few nights, or even one, beyond the Menhir's reach. Weakness from age. I'm afraid that's something none of us can escape. But even as we grow old, our strength can still be nurtured with care. This herbal brew strengthens the body and clears the mind, but only when used regularly, alongside proper effort, exercising both the mind and body. Here, take the recipe. If your friend seeks a quick fix, this won't satisfy him. True strength comes from consistency, not shortcuts. Please, remind him of that.
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
Have you come to offer aid, or do you stand among the wounded? If so, do not let fear grip your heart. Your time will come. Trust the will of the word, and you shall shine. I am but an empty vessel, yearning to be filled with the sacred joy of the word. Now I am perfectly blank and naked. Alone I lie in this cold place, silently watching, patiently waiting. But soon, all shall be perfectly splendid. I have been marked, a gift given to me so that I may pass it on. Tell me, do you wish to become a hollow shell, an obedient corpse, able to hear the voice of the one who guides us to the final act? It is your intimate moment beside the prophet. You will hear the beating of her heart, feel her healing grace, and then you will find peace in the word. At last we shall rest, sister. We will finally rejoice. It will take but a moment. You will feel no pain. Now, go to the place where I first set foot on this path. There, you will find the one who shall become your shepherd. Soon, you will be reborn. Welcome, you who walk the same path. A handful of Camelot soldiers, myself among them, were chosen for a special mission under the command of the Red Church. The priests sought an artifact said to be hidden within the toll house at the border. Yet, what we found was far more precious. Blessing and peace. None returned but me. It was then that I received the gift. I have heard the tales of the Red Priest's brutality, and I have witnessed it myself. Their methods are harsh, yes, but tell me, what better way is there to cleanse the flesh, to hollow the body, and make room for the word's glory? We are not perfect as we are. We must be bent into the proper shape. Farewell.
Spare a coin for the hungry.
You doing okay?
Help a soul out on your journey.
Gold. Ah, yes. Gold. The true nothingness.
I am an outcast, exiled from my home by the Red Death. My struggle continues on the holy island of Avalon. When you hear the word, follow it. Set an example for other outcasts, with your faith and with your testimony. The word is our only chance to rid ourselves of the plague's taint. And if the word commands you to kill your brothers for spreading heresy, do so, for such is his way. If the word commands you to besmirch your father's name, do so and discard your sullied self, for such is your way. Set an example for other outcasts.
You doing okay?